Hello, everybody. We are live at 5 at Broadway.com. It is Monday, July 16th. My name is Paul Wantora.
And I'm Beth Stevens.
And who's over there? It's Caitlin Moynihan.
It's me. Hi.
And, oh my God, from our new favorite TV show. Who is here, Beth?
Dyllón Burnside is here. Although if you're a Broadway fan, you might know him from Holler If You Hear Me.
True.
I'm just saying.
No, sure, but now he's Ricky.
And
oh my
on
God,
TV's
and it just
Pose.
got renewed, and we're officially obsessed.
We talk about it constantly.
We're going to talk a lot about this, but first, today's top 5.
Today we found out who's going to be taking over as Mama Hansen.
Mama Hansen.
Mama Hansen.
That's
Heidi
the thing.
Hansen.
Is that a hashtag?
It
It is
could be. So this is Lisa Brescia.
Lisa
Lisa
Brescia.
Brescia will play the role of Heidi Hansen beginning August 7th, taking over the role from Rachel Bay Jones, who of course won a Tony Award. You might know Lisa Brescia. You know Lisa.
I
Brescia.
definitely do.
From Mamma Mia, Wicked, The Times They Are A-Changin'. Remember that show?
Yep.
Aida and The Woman in White. So that's pretty awesome. She hasn't been on Broadway in a decade.
Oh my God, is that true?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's weird.
Welcome back, Lisa.
And we have a feeling that these two co-stars are going to be working together for forever.
Wow,
Yeah.
Caitlin.
Saw
good
that one
stuff.
coming
Good
from a
stuff.
mile away.
That's good.
So Laura Dreyfus just left the cast of Dear Evan Hansen.
Yesterday.
And of course, she was in that show with Ben Platt, that guy. Ben Platt.
Yes.
And Ben Platt's been working on his new Netflix show, which is called The Politician, which is Ryan Murphy's first Netflix venture.
Mm-hmm.
Another Ryan Murphy show is called Pose, and we love it. It's on FX.
Keep on
Anyway, so now we found out, guess who else is? Laura has joined the cast. So Laura and Ben are back together
How did that
in
happen?
The Politician.
It's amazing. It's magic.
Isn't that crazy? It's like Broadway fans made it happen. And it's already going to have 2 seasons.
Wow.
It's going right. And by the way, Pose is going to have 2 seasons too, at least. And what is it? It's a comedy with social commentary and maybe some music.
I hope there's music of
Yeah, and
those
there's
two in
music
it.
too. So anyway, this is very exciting for all you. What are Dear Evan Hansen fans called?
Fansons.
Okay,
Really?
all the
Okay.
fans.
So.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or I just made that up or something. It's
thank
fine.
you for being ready for that one.
Always. And we just had basically the Tony's version in Australia, the Helpman Awards.
I'm sure the people down under don't think of it that way, but they're the Helpman Awards.
The Helpman Awards.
And they
Sorry.
honor a lot of things, including the theater scene down there. But here's what's interesting. Muriel's Wedding, which is a comin', won 5 awards.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about this coming to Broadway.
Right,
Are they
so-
still saying it's It says Broadway aimed on our
aimed.
notes. I love it that everything aims for Broadway.
From Australia to Broadway. You never know. So that won score, choreography, music direction, costume design, sound design. Best musical, though, was Beautiful, the Carole King musical, won 6 awards. Yes,
Scandal.
including
Okay.
Beautiful Swept.
But usually whatever wins Best Sound Design moves to Broadway.
That's correct. No, you just made that up. But Beautiful also swept all 4 acting categories.
What? All 4?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes, so congratulations to our Australian friends.
And a Broadway favorite is leading a brand new show that is premiering in Delaware.
Yeah, so speaking of beautiful.
That
the
was a
Carole
beautiful
King
segue.
Musical, that was a beautiful segue.
Oh.
Shalina Kennedy, who I think is Broadway's longest running Carole King.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
She recently left the show because she's doing that disco show down at the Atlantic, which name I'm forgetting.
Yes.
Ain't no disco. Anyway, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
Ain't No
I'm
Disco.
sorry, Shalina, but I can't wait to see it. Anyway,
This
now
Ain't
we
No
know
Disco,
next show
yes.
she's doing is A Sign of the Times, which is not based on the Prince, my favorite Prince album, my favorite Prince double album. Dylan agrees. This is a new musical about the 60s featuring the songs of Petula Clark and other hit makers. And it's about a girl from like small town America who goes to New York and gets swept up in the 60s. She probably has a joint at some point. I don't
hope
know.
so.
I'm guessing
I hope she
on the
doesn't miss
plot.
out on that.
Bruce Valance wrote it, which is really
That's
interesting.
really interesting.
He's a very funny writer, and he wrote the book. Gabriel Barr, I always feel like I say it wrong, directs it, and Joanne Hunter is a choreographer. Anyway, they did it at Goodspeed 2 years ago, and now they're doing it in Delaware Theater Company for the holidays, November 28th through December 23rd.
And there's a casting change on the island.
Okay, hashtag this just in, because this just happened.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, the
hit
injury
our-
didn't just happen.
No, but this press release just hit our inboxes. Haley Kilgore is going to take a leave of absence from the Tony Award winning revival of Once on This Island because she has a foot injury apparently.
Yeah, apparently she's been out for a few days already.
Has she already?
Yeah.
So Lauren Lott, who has been understudying the role, will take over
She's
for a
in the
while.
ensemble, and she covers the role.
Thank you.
Sorry.
There are no dates set for when Haley Kilgore will return, but she does plan to, and we wish her a speedy recovery.
Absolutely. And what else is happening tonight? Is there a new Alphaba?
There's a new Alphaba. There's a new green girl in Oz. Yes, Jessica Voss. We've been waiting. We've been waiting.
Yeah, she did it on the
It's
road.
happening.
Now she's finally on Broadway. So happy first Broadway performance to Jessica Voss.
On that note,
You go watch last night's episode.
yeah, I'm going to
Pose.
go keep up with my pose fix.
Hey, Caitlin, why don't you tell us about today's guest?
Of course. Guys, we have Dyllón in the studio today. He is currently starring as Ricky on the hit TV show Pose, which just got renewed for a second season, thankfully. He also has an upcoming concert at the Cutting Room on July 23rd. But like Beth said earlier, he has been on Broadway. He's one of us. He was in Holler If You Hear Me. But his other screen credits include Misunderstood and Peter Pan Live. Make sure to follow him on social media at Dyllón Burnside and leave all your questions for him in the comments below because I know you guys have a ton. So everyone, please welcome Paul and Dyllón.
Hey.
Hey,
How are
hey.
you?
I'm doing well. How are
How's
you?
it going? It's Pose Day here at Broadway.com.
Listen, it's Pose Day every day for me nowadays.
Exactly. For a while longer. We love this.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, MJ Rodriguez was here.
You know, I knew that because I could smell the perfume.
the
and-
air.
I'm just kidding. No, they told me that they were here earlier.
I mean, she's one of the nicest, right?
she's amazing.
I mean, amazing.
She's my mother.
She's your mother on the
Yeah.
show. Yes, mother of the house.
Mother of the house, Evangelista.
Yeah, I don't think we all knew. We didn't see Ricky necessarily being in the house. That was sort of a thing, right? I
You didn't see it.
Well, we didn't expect it. I didn't expect that he was going to join the house at first.
Yeah.
When I met him.
I when I first met him on the page, I didn't expect it. I didn't see it coming either.
Yeah.
But a lot of the fans, they did see it coming.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they were like tweeting right after they met Ricky. They were like, "Oh, he's gonna be in the house."
Well, because Ricky's in the house with Damon, his boyfriend.
Yeah.
So that sort of adds a whole dynamic.
It does.
Yeah. How amazing are you feeling right now? I mean, you just found out last week that the show is coming
Yeah.
back. It's you're sort of finishing up the first season. When new shows launch, you don't know what's going to happen with them.
Yeah.
But it's coming back, so there will be a season 2. And how you doing?
I'm great. You know, it's like not only did we not know, but we didn't know how long it would take for us to find out. And
Right,
so,
right.
I had been kind of talking to my agent about it early last week, and we found out, I think it was like Thursday or Friday. But it was like, we were out promoting this concert and, going to bars and handing out flyers and putting up posters and stuff. And like, I got the call from my agent and from Chelsea, my publicist, and like it was just like we were in this bar and I found out and I just shouted out, we got picked up for season 2, and everybody in the bar went crazy and like we had shots to celebrate.
Awesome. Well, you were already planning this concert, so
Yes.
you are doing a concert next Monday. So the season finale is on Sunday.
Yes.
And then you sort of planned this concert to celebrate the first season. You
Yeah.
didn't know that could have been the only season.
I know. You gotta you gotta give people their roses while they're here. And I was like, I gotta give Pose the roses now.
So this is a benefit for Glisten. So let's GLSEN, but you say Glisten. Let's talk about Glisten. Glisten is a charity that's been around, I believe, since like 1990.
It's been around a while, yeah.
It's been around. And how did you get involved? And what is Glisten? And let's educate everybody.
Yeah, so Glisten invited me to an event that they have called the Respect Awards, where they honor people in the community who are doing great work for LGBTQ youth, and they also honor some of the students who are doing amazing things in their communities and in their schools. And I went, and I was just floored by how incredibly beautiful this community of people was. It was the administrators and the teachers and the parents and the families of these queer and trans kids, 16, 17, 18 years old. And they had this whole support system that was helping them change the culture of their school and of their communities. And I had never seen anything like it, and it was really empowering and inspiring, and I was like, I want to be a part of this. I want to help them with this mission. And so we got on the phone and talked about it, and I was like, I want to celebrate the first season of Pose anyway, and I want to do a concert, and I think that we should give all the proceeds to you. So all of the ticket sales are going to GLSEN to help them further their mission of creating more inclusive schools.
Yeah, they're really about helping kids, like gay, LGBTQ kids. And they've been doing it for years. And Ricky is definitely one. I mean, the characters. I mean, and people who don't know, Pose is about the whole sort of ball world of late 80s Manhattan. It's so funny because I moved to New York in 1990. So when I watch the show, I feel like it's like the New York I moved to. So it's really fascinating. And I actually got to go to a couple of those balls. So
really?
I actually saw some of that in action. So and that's why I love how authentic it is, but also how fresh and modern it feels.
Yeah.
But the reason why the show, and Ryan Murphy created it, who's now a successful Broadway producer too.
Absolutely.
Actually, Boys in the Band just recouped its investment today.
Yeah.
So now he's doing it all. He's doing TV and Broadway and helping get people to watch you. But it's what is it? So it's the most trans actors ever in recurring roles.
Series regulars,
yeah, and the largest LGBTQ African American cast. I mean, it's
LGBTQ really, cast. Period.
Yeah. Period. And so I was actually I talked to MJ this morning, and that was on our Instagram, by the way. If you want to go back and watch that interview, you can still watch that. What is it like on the set with when you have all these actors who maybe aren't represented very well in Hollywood, and everyone's sort of together telling this story? What was it like creating season 1?
Incredible. I've never been in any environment like this in my life. One that's so inclusive and so intentionally inclusive.
Yeah.
A lot of times, like, people kind of, they say that diversity is a word that has kind of become just this word that we throw out, and they think that, like, diversity is not such a big deal. But when you're actually in a space that's intentional about inclusiveness, and not just like diversity for the sake of diversity, and like they really want to empower people and give people an opportunity to stand on their own feet, that's what this environment is. And so, like, I went to work every day just incredibly grateful for an opportunity to learn so much about other people who I didn't necessarily know before, or that I didn't come into contact with on a daily basis, and recognize my own privilege and the prejudices that I walk around with every day. And so it's been really incredible. But we have so much fun too. Everybody, I'm sure you saw with Billy and MJ today, like, they're great.
Billy Porter.
Billy
Porter,
yes.
The category is.
But yeah, everybody is just so talented and so humble and just fun to work with and be around.
Yeah, I'm sure. So, and appearing in Monday night is the event at the Cutting Room,
yes,
which is on East 32nd Street, and you can go to cuttingroomnyc.com for tickets. MJ will be
MJ
there.
Singing a song there.
And Ryan Jamal Swain, right?
He will be there as well.
Who plays Damon.
Yes. So the House of Evangelista will be represented.
in effect.
Yes.
And the category will be what?
The category will be benefit concert realness.
The category is, yes. I don't know. Is Ricky trouble for Damon? I mean,
you tell me. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't watch last night's episode, but there's only one more episode, as we said, and then you're gonna. But if you haven't watched it, you have to like just binge it now because you got to get up to speed before season 2. Everybody.
A lot of people had that conversation, like, when Ricky first showed up in episode 2, like, is Ricky trouble? I think Ricky's a bad boy.
Yeah.
But I saw someone tweet at me last night, and they were like, I used to think that Ricky was a bad boy, but I actually love him now. He's grown on me.
They're all falling in love with Ricky.
Yeah, and so, like, I think he's one of those characters that he appears one way on the outside, but once you get to know him, there's more underneath. But he's a kid that grew up on the street, so he has had to learn how to put on this costume to protect himself.
Right. How was Holla If You Hear Me? That you were in the Tupac musical. It didn't last as long as many of us wanted it to.
Yeah.
First, I was just remembering the last time I went into the Palace Theater. It was so crazy to think of how that space was was rebuilt. They like built a theater inside the theater.
Yeah.
It was nuts. What was that experience like for you?
Incredible.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it was. I had literally finished conservatory, my last class of conservatory, the week before we started rehearsals for Broadway.
Wow.
And so it was my very first project out of school. And everybody was so talented, and I was so green and so fresh to it all. And like, I learned so much. It was the best like main stage production that any conservatory program could have ever put on. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was, and it was material that I loved and that I was passionate about. I grew up on Tupac's music. I had a really great time. We lasted 6 weeks. It was like some of the best 6 weeks of my life.
Awesome. You still have good relationships from that cast?
Absolutely. We became family, and like, you know, I still keep in touch with so many of them. You know, that I talk to on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, Caitlin.
Yeah.
Are there any questions?
Of course, there's questions.
Yes.
So a lot of people want to know if you hope to come back to us on Broadway.
Absolutely.
That's still on the list.
Absolutely. I would love to come back to Broadway to do a play. You know, that's kind of like the next frontier for me. Like I've done a musical. I've done a musical on TV. I'm
Peter
doing
Pan Live.
Yeah.
You were a Lost Boy.
Yes, I was.
That was a fun group. Those Lost Boys.
It was such a fun group. We had so much fun, and like I really got paid to go to work and like be a little boy all day, every day, and it was really incredible. And so like now I'm doing this project on FX, and I really want to try my hand at a play on Broadway next.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any, another question is, what would be your dream role then?
Oh, yeah.
That one's really hard. I think right now the answer is Hamlet. That's the answer right now.
That's
Sure.
a good
Go
one.
for it.
Yeah.
Love
I'm
it.
in.
Yeah.
Aim
Revive it.
high.
Absolutely.
Have you done Shakespeare?
I've done some in school, yeah.
Okay. So where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Pensacola, Florida.
Okay.
Yes. I grew
Oh, right. And you were in a group 3D.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That was like how would you describe the music?
Hip hop, R&B,
Hip-hop, R&B.
boy band music.
Nice.
And a lot of choreography.
Yes.
A lot of choreography.
Lots of choreography.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And what was that like? How long did that go?
10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And so you were really young when that started.
Yeah, I was.
You were like 6 months. They snatched you out of the hospital. They said,
Put him in a boy band.
Start dancing.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, you were like, so you must have gotten over, you were performing in arenas,
Yeah.
like huge.
Yeah. I was just thinking about this today, actually, as things are coming together for this concert kind of fast and furiously.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking back to like a time when we were out in LA, and we had like this chance encounter with Stevie Wonder where he came to the studio and like had a mentoring session with us. Stevie Wonder is my all-time favorite artist. And so to meet him and have him like pour into us was really a really big deal. But after that, he told our manager that he wanted us to perform at an event called The House Full of Toys that he does every year at the Nokia Theater in LA. And it's an event that raises money and like gathers toys for kids who wouldn't have a Christmas ordinarily. And so he asked for a very specific song that he heard when we were in the studio. We didn't have any choreography for it. We had never performed it, but this is the song that Stevie wanted us to perform. So it's like when Stevie asks you to perform a song, you do it. Yeah. And so like in a week, we put this show together for this song. And like, I was just thinking back to that today, like, you know, if you can pull that together for Stevie Wonder at the Nokia Theater, you know, all the things that you're juggling for this concert, it's going to be fine.
Then you're going to be fine producing your event.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite memories from Pose, like specific scenes or moments from filming it or things that were just really special?
There were lots of really special moments. You know, there was in episode 4, I think it is, we shot a scene where Ricky and Damon go to get tested. And that one, it was special in a really like tough way for me because it took me back to like all of the stories that I had read and watched in documentaries about people in that time, you know, and the AIDS epidemic. It took me back to my first time being tested after feeling like maybe I may have come into contact with someone who was HIV positive, and like, you know, just what those moments were. It was just very powerful. And that was a very special day for me.
Do you feel the, I don't want to put pressure on you, but do you feel almost like a responsibility to honor like a generation of people? Like I've heard Andrew Garfield says that, like in Angels in America. Like these are, you know, you look at the characters and the real men that sort of went through that. I mean, there must be like a weight to it.
I feel that way anytime I step into a character, though. So it's not, this doesn't feel any different than that. You know, I feel like every single time that I get on stage or that I step in front of a camera, it's my responsibility to tell this story as authentically and honestly as possible and honor this particular story and the people that are receiving it. So, yeah.
Good.
That's
Good
awesome.
answer.
Love it.
Hey, everyone, do you have something to say?
No, I feel like you guys pretty much covered. A lot of questions were just asking about your favorite scenes and things like that.
Well, I got something to say.
Yes.
Okay.
Glisten is an amazing charity.
Yeah.
Everyone, and this is an amazing guy. And why not go
you.
see a concert and support a good cause?
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely. And
So-
it's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. The category is, second season celebration is what the
Yes,
category is.
second season celebration realness.
Yes.
Love it.
It
You
always
gotta
has to
add
be
the
realness. It always has to end with
Love
realness.
it.
Okay, this is on Monday. Okay, so Pose season finale is on Sunday night.
Yes.
And you can watch the whole thing. You can catch up. It's fine if you're behind.
Yeah.
We won't judge. And then Monday, July 23rd, 7:30. Doors open at 6, I believe. Tickets start at $40. Go on the cuttingroomnyc.com and see this guy live with MJ and Ryan and some other surprise guests, maybe.
Yes,
Yeah?
absolutely.
Cool. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And everyone, please do that. Just do everything I just said.
Do what he said.
Hey, Caitlin, why don't you take us out?
Sure thing. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We are live at 5 every day on Facebook, and you can listen to our shows and all of our previous episodes by going to wherever you get podcasts and searching #live at 5 and hitting that subscribe button so you can take us everywhere you go, because who doesn't want that? And be sure to tune in tomorrow when we talk to Tuck Watkins from The Boys in the Band.